raised on a farm in Kentucky. That gets a little bit closer. He grew up there with his 4 brothers and sisters. Been married for a long time, same woman, which is a really good thing, like a whole lot of auctioneers. He's got some great children, great grandchildren who he spends a lot of time with, tremendous amount of time, and that's one of the things I admire about him. His family always comes first. I've been around him a lot, and just talking to him, you can tell that. Been in the business over 40 years. That's a long time to do anything, much less be an auctioneer. If we heard a lot of that stuff today, some of us were saying it's about time to get out, but he's been through it all. He's served as our president of this association. He's also served on the national board of directors. He locally in his town has been on every board. He's supported his local university, is one of the top donors in that entire community. I'm sure there's several things named for him there. He and his wife of 50 years operate a very successful real estate development business. She's his partner in every sense of the word, business-wise, personally, and everything. To me, when I was watching this advertising contest, he, I think, and his company years ago are the ones that set the auction industry on the advertising that we're doing today. It wasn't, there's a time when you came to this convention and we had a contest, or you went to the NAA contest, and him and his partner, they just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He was up there. You could keep hearing him call those names. And I don't think he actually designed the advertising himself, but he's the kind of guy that he gets things done. And he delegated it out, and he inspires people to do things. He has sponsored many, many, many auctioneers. The auctioneers in his community that are his competitors, one thing, they think very, very highly of him. I just talked to one of them just about 10 minutes ago, and when that happens, you know, you've got a gentleman, somebody that you can look up to. And I looked up to him, even though I don't look up to too many people, not physically, but and I'll have to keep this a little short. The thing that impressed me about him, this is a personal aside. When my father passed away several years ago, he lives about 4 hours out of town. I looked up and there he was. Drove 4 hours. My friend and one of the greatest auctioneers in the state of Kentucky, Tommy Hunt.
Well, I'm not one of the persons that hogs the mic very much. I kind of try to stay in the background at auction sales, but this is a great pleasure. And as I mentioned to Steve just a moment ago, Luke is a dear friend. At least it's not posthumously. And I'm glad to be up here. But through the years, as Steve mentioned, I've been in the business over 40 years. And the two institutions that's really meant the most to me is the Kentucky Auctioneers Association and the National Auctioneers Association. I can remember back in the old days when there was only a seminar a year, maybe. And I don't know how many of you remember Al Traiman. Does anybody here remember Al Traiman? I know Steve does, and what's his name back there? That's Bruce back there, yeah, Bruce back there. But we were talking about the advertising awards, and Ken Bird and Kenny Lee and I got on the plane in Louisville. There was ice on the ground, And Ken Bird's wife wouldn't let him go, but he went anyway. So we went and listened to Al's training. And the one thing that I can remember that's 40 years ago coming back with is how important the promotion and advertising of somebody's most valuable possessions, how important it is to get people to the sale. And once again, the things that helped me do whatever I've done, whatever little I've done, it's been the KAA and the NAA. Now, thank you very much for this award. Thank you.